Huh. I just realized the mic was on the whole time. Surprisingly, I usually have that muted. But anyway. Hello, everybody! Hey there, Nova. Hey there, Noah. The two ends are here. How are you both doing this afternoon? On this nice Monday. What's up? Yes, this is Gate's theme. And then the song that was playing before was the Gate Laboratory theme. I'm doing well. Ah, that's good. That's good to hear. So I saw recently on Twitter that Nisa's been doing a bunch of like countdown posts for Trails Beyond the Horizon. And unlike previous games where they usually get special countdown art, this time they're just doing really low quality edits. So, oh, you need to get out of here. And I noticed yesterday they actually missed the 4 days left post. So I decided to help them out a little bit. And I made my own edit. Here we go. Trails Beyond the Horizon. 4 more days. Yes, sudden Rio jump scare. See, I even had to make it as low quality as them by just picking a random Horizon screenshot, just putting the Horizon logo somewhere on it, and then the 4 more days. Ironically, though, I do think mine looks a little bit better, because here's what they did for 5. Here's the one they did for today. 3 days to go. You got 5 days. Dude, like, did their graphic designer just quit or something? Cause what is this? Bro, they even changed the text color. Like, what are they doing? I also don't like how Nisa just cut one of the main antagonist group in Horizon, the names for them. Yeah, I saw what they got changed to. I'm not a big fan. I have it muted, but what the actual fuck? You're seeing this, right, Violet? Like, these are not, let's just say they're not the best work. I feel like they should have gone someone different for these. But also, hey Violet, what's up? Also, last night, I was watching Fidel's Sonic Adventure 2 stream, and I actually learned something really cursed that of all the years that I've played SA2, I've actually never realized this. So, this game has a little Easter egg where Big the Cat can just show up. And that's normal, right? Big was introduced in the game prior, and then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle probably has some moments like this. But what I didn't realize is...
Just saved your life?
Saving my life. Don't think I owe you one.
Just keep an eye on what Big's doing back there.
This isn't a joke.
Bro! What is this nigga's problem, bro? For what reason? I saw this on the stream last night and I'm like, what? What the fuck? Dude, there are kids watching. Rouge back then sounded like she was like 40 to her late 30s. I think that's the vibe that they wanted to go with. Like a treasure hunter in their 30s. It makes a lot of sense. And in a kid's game, no less. Like, yeah, it's him scratching his crotch. But the angle that they do it, and especially because he's behind Rouge, that looks so much more cursed than it should be. God. Alright. That's all I really wanted to show before starting. Let's get started with Touhou Alive. Alright, so last time we cleared Moku's chapter. And now we're gonna move on to another chapter. So we have Kadama, we have Ran Yakumo, and we have Sereno, the Ice Fairy. Today I'm gonna do Kadama's story. Yeah, you told me about that in DMs the other day, Michael, and I'm glad. If we don't get Wild West in this stream, it'll be next stream for sure. So, what's everyone been playing lately? What's on the gaming schedule for 2026? Because yesterday I actually started playing Atelier Resleriana. And so far it's really cozy. Oh, that's right. This is based on the prehistoric dude's storyline in Live Alive. So it's not going to be any dialogue in this one. I didn't realize you ran a hard brick hotel too. Listen, ain't you ever heard of Roy's Hard Brick Hotel in the hit game Hotel Mario? No? Just me then? Alright. So you've been picking up on CS3 again, and that's it so far. Playing Luna Lux, and it's been a lot of fun. Alright, nice that you're continuing CS3, and Luna Lux, I need to get to myself, but everything I've seen and heard from about it looks really good. Hey, yo! But yeah, Atelier Resleriana, really chill. I love seeing all the past Atelier protags too, because it feels so satisfying after the amount of games that I've played for it. Like, so far in the story, I've seen Aisha, I've seen Wilbell who joined the party, Reyes from Monachemia 2, Vayne, Ryza, and I think Meru didn't show up yet. But the most recent one that I saw was Vayne. Probably gonna continue more of it tonight or like later tomorrow. But so far I'm having a good time. I thought about replaying Blaster Master Zero series for Steam, and then hopefully I can play Mio Memories of Orbit. You know, it's been a while. I kind of want to revisit Blaster Master Zero at some point too. In general, 2026 is going to be the year of replays for me. And maybe some new games, but like, it's mostly going to be some replays and actually getting to stuff that was in the backlog for a while. Who knows, some of those backlog stuff I might actually stream. Because I know Anche wants me to play... He wants me to stream Bug Fables. And then I want to play other games like Virtual Unlimited Project, Lunar Lux. Some of the many indies that have been piling up on Steam I gotta get to at some point. Oi, wake up. Stick. Bone. Okay, I can either get more defense or more IQ. I'm gonna take the defense, because I don't know if you use any magic yet. See, but yeah, Roy, I bet you'll have a trip with Hotel Mario. Yeah, I'm sure I would. Humaness needs to come out quick. Do we know when Humaness is coming out again? I forget. Did he just knock? Oh my god, he just knocked off the Z text bubble. March 11th. Okay, so literally less than 2 months now. So what's the context of the fluff ball? Okay, so for context, the Kadama, the one that the guy that we're playing as right now, is a enemy from the Touhou series. It's one of the standard enemies that shows up in a stage. And since it's a regular enemy, it's taking the place of like the caveman that we would normally play as in live life, who doesn't speak at all. Now that I think about it, is there any art that I could put up with Kodama on the side? Because I usually have one up for the other characters. That seems like a no. You know what? Because we don't have any good art of the Kadama, I'm gonna just put up Sanai on the stream layout today. Console Wars feels dead now. Good. Good. Console Wars need to die. I don't know why anyone's still making them a thing to begin with. Like it's not the 90s anymore. It's the same people who keep stuff like Mario vs. Sonic alive, or Nintendo vs. Sonic, Nintendo vs. Sega, way past the 90s. Ah, there we go. We got another party member, BB. I think I can give you the bone. Sure. This is better than nothing. Have you seen RDC World 1 and how they interpret Mario and Sonic? I think I've seen that, and man. See, exactly. I feel Kai 2 coming in after Sky second and before Skyford makes more sense than anything. I would definitely prefer to have Kai 2 first before Skyford. But like either way, I think we're getting our 3D Rias model soon. It's either gonna be in Skyford or remake, or it's gonna be in Kai 2. And I seriously beg it's in Kai 2. woman, meat. I have a feeling that this one I'm gonna have to especially yap. I have a feeling this stream I'm especially gonna have to yap a lot, because how do I even interpret this story? Let's see. Add a character to stream layout. Bruh. Alright, fine. I'll use the Paper Mario one. It looks really derpy. Yo, 35 streams in a row. God damn, Zeno. Also, welcome. Sure, you can be next to Sanai if you want. Why not? Alright, woman again, blue spear, meat, deer. Oh, did you lose your streak? Oh, did you lose your streak? Man. Actually, wait. Michael, weren't you in the last stream? I thought you showed up to that one. Oh, console wars are dead. Console wars need to be dead. That's what I'm saying. No! You lost the streak! Fucked up world we live in. Hey! What the hell's your problem? Nah, you think you're tough shit? What's your deal, buddy? Element Fairy. Alright, what attacks do you have? You got Bum Bum and Chubaba. Flappa and Beam. This is gonna be such a weird story, man. Yeah, nobody really cares about Xbox these days. They're done. I think in general, right now, this is easily the worst console gen for a lot of different reasons. But Xbox has it especially bad now with all the dumb shit that they're doing. Alright, we got a stick and we got tuna. Was that the Dragon Ball sound effect? I think so? I mean, remember, this is an old fan game, so we'll probably have some old sound effects like that. I hope for a PS6 to be Rebound, but I doubt it. I think the craziest part is that the fact that they were gonna release the PS6 in like a couple years when we're clearly not ready for a PS6 yet. Dude, it feels like the PS5 was barely even here. Learned Boo Boo, got Snuggly, got Tuna. But even when the PS6 gets here, I sincerely doubt I'm gonna get one. I just don't see the reason to. Alright, Boo Boo, what does this do? Fall, flop out the boom. Fall out the boo. Sunset, hi! Welcome to the stream! How you doing this afternoon? Oh, I guess to talk about last week and what happened. So, last Friday, I did a stream of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Specifically, I did the Sega Saturn version because I wanted to do the Saturn Maria mode. And I tried it out. Unfortunately, I wasn't really a big fan of how the Saturn version plays, mainly because it feels a lot more sluggish than... Whoa! Hey, that's my meat! Come back here with my chicken, bro! But yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the Sega Saturn version. It felt very sluggish. And also, to be honest, playing Maria mode without getting any levels or any upgrades or anything, it just felt very unsatisfying and kind of meaningless. I know like the point of those extra modes in Castlevania is that you can just speedrun them. But I don't know, in a game as long as Symphony of the Night, it feels like I need something to make me want to push forward. And that motive is just not there. Sega Saturn? You had one? Not quite. The way I had to do it was I had to use a Sega Saturn emulator. 'Cause I've never owned any of the... Because I've never owned any of the Sega consoles myself, so, and especially for Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the Saturn version was never localized. I'll mix with this stick. What are you playing today? Today I'm playing this game called Touhou Alive. It's basically a Touhou version of the original Live game, which at the time only got released in Japan, but for a while now we've had the game localized. Will you ever do Princess Crown? I probably should, because I feel bad that I downloaded that Saturn emulator and went through all the effort just for me to not really want to play Symphony of the Night. It's a bit of a shame, but I feel like I should play some other Saturn games since I already went through the effort to get it. It might as well, right? So I could do Princess Crown. I could probably play the Saturn version of Mega Man 8, since that one has a bunch of that one has some extra content. What's another good Sega Saturn game? Got Scrap Iron. See, N64 is my first console. Today it sits in my basement, tangled wires. One of the free plugs is still bent out of shape. Ah, I see. Nice. So, the first ever gaming system that I owned personally was the DS. But before that, I would play games from my uncle's GameCube. And I would play stuff like Super Mario Sunshine on it. I would play Wind Waker. I would play Mario Kart Double Dash. A lot of the more basic and like more popular GameCube games I would originally play on that. And any of the more interesting ones I would end up getting later down the line. Used to play Sakura Wars 1 and 2, Burning Rangers. Oh yeah! Now I can play Sakura Wars actually. Actually, you know what? That reminded me of something. I wanted to do, at some point, I was thinking of a stream idea, and one that I wanted to consider was, what if I did a stream of playing like Sonic team games that aren't Sonic? So like, for example, Burning Rangers, Samba de Amigo, I could play Billy Hatcher. There was another one that I saw. Play Rice Star? Oh, absolutely. Oh wow, GameCube, you're very lucky. I didn't have one. Ah. Man, I guess you skipped out on that generation. It's a bit sad, but oh well. If you ever get the chance, you should definitely play some GameCube games. Also, thanks for the hydrate redeem. Let me go get some water. But yeah, I'll make a list. I could start making a list of them now, actually. So, Burning Rangers, Billy Hatcher, Samba de Amigo, Rice Star. Let's see, Sonic team games that aren't Sonic. Cause this would also include Nights into Dreams, and then some of the Puyo Puyo games. Certain Monkey Ball games, I believe. Phantasy Star Online, that's another one. Despite owning Nintendo stuff, Sega just had that edge for me. Sonic and Super Monkey Ball were there. See, I was mostly into Nintendo. I was mostly into Nintendo stuff in my earlier years, but because I got into gaming at the time when Sega wasn't really making their own consoles anymore, so instead they would just port their stuff onto Nintendo. I did get to play stuff like Sonic and Sonic and Monkey Ball, and Sonic would just end up feeling like a cousin series for Nintendo, you know? That's the kind of vibe I got from it. Let's see, my siblings got us a system that fans created, so every Nintendo game from every system can get downloaded onto it. Oh, that's insane. Glad Nintendo isn't coming after us for it. I mean, I get that, because like some people had DSs like that where they get like the action replay thing, and they could have like a whole bunch of different DS games without. It was a bunch of DS ROMs like bunched into one. as a kid, I actually owned the physical action replay, and I used that to put some cheat codes into some of my DS games. Would you ever consider giving Phantasy Star New Genesis a shot? I've always considered trying out Phantasy Star because it's like one of the more iconic classic RPGs that I haven't even tried out yet. Because I've played Final Fantasy, I've played Dragon Quest. Okay, maybe not the MMO, but maybe I'll see what like the regular RPGs look like. Listen, I've already got FF14 to deal with. I ain't putting... Oh, the MMO. Listen, man, I already got FF14 to deal with. I ain't putting another MMO on my head. If you want, oh yeah. Back in those days, if you weren't really a fan of 2K or COD or Halo or any of those more mature games, you were just an outcast. And that's exactly what I was, because in my early years I was a Nintendo fan, and then when I got a PlayStation and an Xbox, I just became an RPG fan. So it's like, what then? My friend loves it because it has action combat. So, I saw that there are Phantasy Star games on the PSP and whatnot. It says Phantasy Star Online, but I was wondering if there's any merit to any of the older versions, or is it just like, or is it not really any reason to play those, but instead just go for the one that's currently on Steam? Anyway, Shubaba! Oh, good God. Oh, this is gonna be a long one, isn't it? Let's see, Persona 5 and Nier were the only reasons why I wanted a PS4. I told this story before, but the reason why I wanted a PS4 was because Tales of Berseria wasn't getting localized on PS3, so I didn't really have a choice. Did you save? I saved at the start of the chapter when I got control. Alright, let me put your bone back on. I miss game music like this. Reminds me of the Game Boy Pokemon games. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like if there was a Pokemon game on the SNES. Like, I know that wouldn't have happened because Pokemon as a series was always made to be on handheld consoles, and that didn't really change until the Switch era, where they had to do mainline games there because they weren't making any more 3DS games. That little cave home you went into reminded me of the secret bases back in Pokemon. Yeah, like because you could make secret bases in the caves in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. You just had to have secret power, and you can pretty much do it wherever the game let you. Oh, you got your PS3 for CS3? Not CS3. Oh no, CS4. CS4. You got the PS4 for CS3. That makes sense. I had mine a bit before CS3 came out, so I was ready by the time I got into Trails. Also, by that point, I was getting like Cold Steel 1 and 2 on PS4. And then just any Trails game from that point on, I got on PS4 until Kai, when I had a PS5 by then. Ah, yes, you were one of the individuals who actually played CS1 on Vita back in the day. I hear Zia has mixed reviews. Zia is not bad, but it does have a lot of problems. Like it's a fine enough game. I just wish they did more with it. Okay, get some more defense on you. No. No, not add jail. Man, this is so sad. Can we get Sunset a sub? Alright, yeah, you back off, because I need to check here. Got a Snuggly, got a Bone. Hey, don't worry, you're almost free. But yeah, I am genuinely glad that in my teen years I got my PS3 when I did, because I was able to get into some more series thanks to that, and actually try out some more games and series that eventually transitioned over to PlayStation. Like with my PS3, I got to play I got to play more Tales games. I got to play some of the Final Fantasies that weren't 1 through 6. I ended up getting into Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, Yakuza. And some more that I can't really think of right now. Alright, you can take the ritual stick. Snuggly boosts your speed, lowers your IQ. Yes, Yakuza! Fun fact, I originally tried out Yakuza with... My first actual attempt at trying Yakuza was... when I was 17, Yakuza Kiwami was on PlayStation Plus. So I played it for a bit because my friend was recommending it to me. And especially after Project Cross Zone 2, I really loved Kiryu and Majima. So I gave it a shot. I didn't get too far into it, and I wouldn't really go back to Yakuza until 2020 when I bought Yakuza 0 on PS4. It was on sale for like $7 at the time, and I was so glad that I got Zero when I did. The only thing I wasn't too fond of was grinding out the cabaret and real estate, but I had to get it for the Dragon Style and Mad Dog. Yes, I really loved Majima. Both of them were really cool, but like, especially Majima was hype in Yakuza 0. And then in Project Crosszone, they were a lot of fun as well. Bam bam! Yes, PXE exposed me to many, including Tails. Funnily enough, I was already a Tails fan by that point, so I did recognize Yuri and Flynn. Although, the way I got into Tails was pretty different. For me, how I got into Tails was a friend in middle school who really liked Symphonia ended up recommending it to me. Like, that friend was really into role-playing, and they loved Genus and Marta. They wanted me to try out Symphonia, so like, late in my middle school years, I ended up getting it. Got Symphonia. I was really impressed by it because of how unique of a RPG it was compared to stuff that I played before. And fast forward 12 years later, and here I am now. Alright, give me my skills back. Yeah, honestly, they were so real for adding Yuri and Flynn to the cast. And Estelle. Alright, I gotta move you a little bit. Chubaba! And like, Yuri and Flynn were one of my most used duos in PXZ. So the ones I used the most, I definitely used Yuri and Flynn a lot. I used Chrom and Lucina because I was big on Fire Emblem. X and Zero, Kai and Haseo. And then I actually didn't use Kiryu and Majima as much as I would have, but I did end up using Dante and Virgil a lot. Oh, and of course, Sakura and Gemini. Yeah, no, they do not give a fuck about Sonic over there. So, if you wanted Sonic in Project Crosszone, just slide it in, because it's never happening. It's kind of sad though, because you know, Sonic started out as a Japanese series, although he was always more appealing to the West from the start. If Namco and Capcom could have Talking Animal pairs, PXZ can too. Yeah, and they should, but they don't like Sonic over there, so they would never, ever, ever pick Sonic. I guess the other choice would have been Klonoa again, but I guess probably by that point, Klonoa wasn't really getting any more games, so they thought it was just irrelevant. Now, I will say regarding the original Namco x Capcom, the whole deal of that game was that they specifically wanted to add, like, the more niche characters from both Namco and Capcom at the time. So, like, instead of the classic Rock and, like, Proto Man, for like Mega Man, they went with Volna and Roll Casket, which I'm actually glad they did, because those two really needed the representation. But yeah, massive shout out to Mega Man Legends Motion. Yeah, they added the Legends ones instead. Also, Trombone is there. Yeah, because I believe Trombone's a solo unit. But she's there. Trombone's also in Project Cross Zone 1, but in 2 she got scrapped for just X and 0. See, I did research like the weeb I am and found out that Sonic was always meant to be marketed in the USA. Makes sense considering all the 90s, 2000s cartoons, comics, latest movies, etc. Yeah, and like the platformer mascot was especially really big back in the 90s and 2000s. So it'd make more sense that they focused on Sonic being popular in the West. Honestly though, if they wanted to add Sonic to Project Cross Zone 3, a potential one, I wouldn't mind them adding Sonic and Shadow. Of course, it's never gonna happen now, because they're not making PXZ free. It would be really cool. So many people got scrapped, or a bunch of new characters became solo characters like in PXZ2. Yeah, Natsu, for example, ended up becoming a solo character. Hey, there we go. Now that's some much better attack. But yeah, Sonic and Shadow with Tails as a solo unit. See, that would, either Tails or Amy as a solo unit would make a lot of sense for Sonic. So go with one of those. Okay, if they made a hypothetical Namco Project Cross Zone 3, who would you guys want to see in the roster? Hide Rope, Iron Knife, Metal Sonic, and Eggman as boss units. Yeah, those two would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I could probably see Bayonetta being in. I could see Bayonetta probably being there. Although, if they were to do Bayonetta, maybe Bayonetta would be like, I think Bayonetta would more likely be a solo unit. It just seems like the type of direction they would go with her. Oh, Gio and Sonya as a pair unit is such a good idea. Let's see. I would say bring back Dante and Virgil, and then make Nero a solo unit. Put a Mataratsu in the game. It's a little weird that Okami is just like not represented in Project Crosszone at all. So yeah, put Okami in. Put Amaterasu in. Yeah, she's not gonna talk, but you know how you could fix that. Make Isun the other character. Leon paired with Ada. See, yeah, that's a good idea. If they were to add more Nintendo characters, I have some ideas for that as well. You could add Pit and Dark Pit. You could make a new duo for Fire Emblem. Have them be. I know Chrom and Lucina was perfect last time, but who would they do for Fire Emblem now? Preferably, I know it would pretty likely be the Free Houses Lords, but I would prefer it not be the Free Houses Lords. The new Xenoblade duo would definitely be Noah and Mio, 100%. They could do Fox and Falco for Star Fox. Samus could easily be a solo unit. Good God, these guys do so much damage to Kodama. Got a reptilian scale. Oh! Ow! I have a feeling that when I do the final story of this game, I'm not gonna put Kodama on my full team. That was pretty bold of them, but I think if they do a third game, they should definitely put more Nintendo characters. I think the only problem with adding Nintendo characters is that a lot of the Nintendo protags just don't talk. So it'd be kind of hard to think of exactly who should be in there. I did give some examples already, and Samus would only make sense if she was a solo unit, because, you know, Samus fights alone. That reminds me, if they were to add new Sega characters now, they would definitely add a Persona duo. Probably add like it'd most likely be like Joker and Akechi. Oh, Unicorn Overlord characters, yes! That would be fire. Oh, okay. Now we're getting some better stats. We should also equip you now that you joined our team. And you get, like... You do not benefit at all from any of our stuff. Although you do. I'll give you a little fur pelt. You gotta jump through hoops and go through contracts to get more Nintendo characters. Nintendo had to jump through hoops with Disney to get Sora and Smash. I mean, the difference is, Project Crosszone was made on Nintendo's console, so I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to get permission, no? But Sora and Smash is a whole different thing because, you know, that not only is that Square Enix's IP, it's also Disney's IP. So it'd be a bitch and a half to actually get Sora in another game. He's like, hey, get up! It's my bed. Oh my... Guys, did that eyeball just get cucked? Kadama found a new lover, and it's the crow. Better idea. Mega Man EXE and Geop. That would be so fire, actually. Especially because they did meet before in Operation Shooting Star. I just want to see my boys paired up again. Also, speaking of Mega Man stuff, as a reminder for the people, we currently have some sub goals here. If I get 175 subs, then I have to stream Mega Man Battle Network Battle Chip Challenge. If I get 180 subs, I'll stream Mega Man and Bass. And for 200 subs, I'll play some Soul Calibur games on stream. Is it any good? Operation Shooting Star is alright. Like, it does make some good improvements to Battle Network 1, but at the end of the day, it's still Battle Network 1 and held back by the many, like, questionable design decisions that game had. Hey man, I'm sorry I slept with that crow instead of you. Can you forgive me? He seemed to forgive me pretty fast. Well, shit, I guess I still gotta find that girl. Also, let me go save. I feel like we need more Battle Network inspired indies. Lunar Lux is the closest because most of them just involve just the battling. Oh yeah, doesn't Lunar Lux have like an actual main narrative? Because as much as I love One Step to Eden, I do wish that there were more Battle Network like indie games that actually have a story involved. Okay, that's good to hear. And you know, that's why I got really into Shanghai.exe, because I was basically just playing a new Battle Network game, but with Touhou characters. And you know, Shanghai is also why I actually wanted to play more... So it's actually why I wanted to check out some more Touhou stuff, like this game that I'm playing right now. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Got a stick and tuna. I agree that the overworld could have been much better in Battle Network. Could have been miles better even. And yeah, I highly recommend you check out Shanghai whenever you can. Like, it's the perfect game for anyone who's already into Mega Man Battle Network. See, Lunalux has side quests and the NPCs are fun to talk to. Hey, nice. That's good. You get the occasional funny NPC every now and then, although a lot of them tend to say the same stuff. See, Lunalux, the battle system though, don't expect it to be like Battle Network. Oh, wait, so if it's not Battle Network, what's it like then? Because I thought the whole thing I thought Lunalux would be like a card battler. It's a turn-based similar to Mario and Luigi. Oh, okay. Huh. Not what I would have expected actually, but okay. I mean, I'm not complaining though. Mario and Luigi has really good combat, so I'll take it. And there are moments you have to dodge attacks like Undertale, too. Ah, sick. Hey babe, I got some tuna for you. No! New light novel title here. I'm a Kodama and I got trapped with my polycule under my own house. Hey, why are you looking at me like that? Join the party. Damn, if you're gonna be like that. That was a dragon. The similarities to Battle Network and Star Force is you can buy more battle cards and you have a shield button to block attacks you can't dodge. Oh, the block attacks that you can't dodge. Oh, okay, it's cool that you have that. Wait, does it also have the lock-on like in... Oh, wait, the lock-on wouldn't make any sense if it's turn-based. Never mind. Gotta go. See you around, Roy. Thanks for stopping by, Sunset. And you know, I should actually message you more, because, you know, you seem pretty cool. But thanks for stopping by. See you around. Hey, back off! Listen, you can't trust these crows. These guys are the real crooks around here. Oh yeah, we will be there for Lunalux too. You know, I still gotta try it out myself, but I'm probably gonna do it. I might look into it after I beat Atelier Resluirana. You know what? The sequel being similar to Star Force, that's a nice thing to hear. Because we get a lot of Battle Network likes, but not many Star Force likes. Can I get to you in time? Nah, rip, bro. Oh, bro is dead. Petku. No. How dare you kill my beloved? No! Oh, I gotta check out their art then if they make good commissions. Was that? Did you just use Brave Bird? And Sucker Punch. Oh my god, he did. This guy's just Murkrow. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Well, I guess the strat there was just letting him kill himself. The director? I mean, according to Noah, it seems like the director's also an artist. Actually, no, just link me to commissions and I'll check it out later. Because I might want to commission them at some point. I don't know if they use VGen or Ko-Fi or whatnot. Whichever one, I'll definitely commission them once I get my Twitch money. Which, on that note, I'm going to be getting $300 this month, thanks to good old Peyton. Nah, we just got banished. He just said, mods, ban these free immediately. Now, if nowhere to go, we must wander the wild all alone. Hey, let's go! Hell yeah! Director of Lunalux, you can follow his Twitter. Ah, sick. Then I'll definitely take a look at it later. I mean, I guess that's to be expected of a game dev, especially a well-established and popular one like him. And on my case, I already know what stuff I want to commission soon. Like, I want to get some more emotes for the streams. And I also gotta commission someone who wants to make a Fumo of my streamer character. If I move up one, yeah, now I can attack him. Oh yeah, Lunalux is a short RPG, so I hope you like that. Oh, that's perfect. We talked about this in the last Touhou live stream, but we really need more short RPGs again. So far, Atelier Resiliana is actually not too long either. Like, Woods told me that you could beat the game in like 20 hours. If you mainly want to focus on like story stuff, you can beat the game in that short time. And I've been doing a good job keeping up with the shop levels, my character levels, their builds. So I feel like I could actually beat Resiliana this week if I play at least a few hours each day. Alright, can this guy go down now? I don't want to go any closer to him. I'm 5 hours in, and the game takes about at least 11 to 15 hours, depending on what you're doing. Even still, that's a pretty good length. Alright, level 2 for Coup. That would make sense. Battle Network and Star Force also have post-game content. I got some fur. That really didn't help. Oh yeah, talking about RPGs, since this was on my mind. So, you know how like a couple weeks ago I started Resonance of Fate? I tried some of it, and I'm gonna be honest. Oh god, we gotta get out of here. I'm gonna be honest, I really love the characters. The style of Resonance of Fate is cool. I do think that with the way battles play out in Resonance of Fate, I do think the game unfortunately gets really repetitive. And I also don't like the way you have to use the hexes in order to like progress on the world map. And sometimes you really have to grind out for specific hex colors that you need. So I'm kind of just putting the game down for now. It also doesn't help that Resonance of Fate has a lot of stuff about the combat that's not very well explained. It's also a pretty lengthy game, so like it's a type of game where like I really wish it was a bit shorter with the type of gameplay loop it does. Yeah, sometimes it's best to take a break with a game that's not vibing with you. And like, because I really want to like this game, but it's just not doing it for me right now. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back to it at a later point if I'm feeling up for it. But right now, it's just not cutting it. And that's why I started Atelier Resiliana instead. Okay, what is happening now? Is this supposed to be their wedding? Come on, Ponga, you gotta get your girl back. Oi, is this girl Banya Queen? That's literally my boyfriend, but okay. Quark. wonder what other short modern JRPGs there are. Some of the Atelier games are. It depends on the game, but I feel like a lot of them tend to be on the shorter side. He definitely looks like Murkrow. And you know, I think that's the intention because this dude's using Brave Bird and Sucker Punch on me. Oh. Yeah, can't leave. Let's try going back over here. Let's see, what other short RPGs there? Oh, East 10. Yeah, East 10's pretty short for modern standards. No. No, I mean, of course the joke makes sense because Sanai's on screen, but man. Also, hey there, Craftum. How's it going? Howdy. Yeah, how are we doing on this nice Monday? It genuinely surprises me how much content there is in Chrono Trigger, and it's still a really short game that you can beat in less than 20 hours. Like, even last year when I was replaying it with a few others who haven't played Chrono Trigger yet, we got through a lot of stuff in that game, and it went by pretty fast. Alright, we can't beat this guy, so we're running. Oh, good. Just seeing if I can set up my new e-reader with Manga Ross to help learning Japanese learning. Oh, you're trying to learn Japanese. Oh, okay. That's cool. I really need to get back to my Japanese grind. Unfortunately, the buddy that was studying Japanese with me hasn't talked to me in a while, so I'm pretty much on my own now. Yeah, I've been lagging behind on it, and it sucks. Like, I'd really like to learn Japanese for a couple of good reasons. Out of respect for the language, but also because there's some games that have never been translated that I'd really like to try someday. Like, for example, good old Tales of Destiny 2, that still has a fan translation that still hasn't been finished yet, despite all these years. The empowering shit like Yotsuba onto Kabo and Olibra. Yeah, I let myself languish in Welcome Purgatory. Yeah, like, I really like one of these days. I really gotta get off my ass and keep learning Japanese again. I don't think I can kill these guys. I gotta run. Yeah, I got Yakuza Kenzan, Yokai Watch 4, and a few other imports that I want to play through. For me, it's Kenzan, Tales of Destiny 2. I also really want to play one of the... There's also a Fullmetal Alchemist game that never got translated that I'm kind of curious about. It's the third Fullmetal Alchemist RPG that was on PS2. I was looking it up earlier for like what Fullmetal Alchemist games there were because earlier today I was talking to some people and said like earlier today I saw that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot got 10 million sales and it really made me wish that Fullmetal Alchemist got a CyberConnect game because those are the guys who really know how to do anime games and it shows. My brother had FMA Dual Sympathy on DS back in the day. What did you think of it? Did he say if it was any good or not? I mean, it's probably not that great, but like, it was. I know that one's a Full Metal beat 'em up, so it's probably not like too bad. I enjoyed it, but I was also a dumb kid. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I may be wanted by Nintendo because my friend called Nintendo on because I'm playing Pokemon Luminescent Platinum. Hey man, you better start running because the Nintendo ninjas are coming for you. Oh yeah, that's really weird. Especially because at the time, that game was definitely based on FMA 03. So there's gonna be some stuff missing. Are the Mana games any good? So I've only played Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana. None of the others I've played. Although if you were to ask Crimson, someone who's been playing these games lately, he would definitely tell you they're not worth it. Out of the two I played, I liked Secret, and I thought Trials was pretty good. I will say if you played Trials, definitely you might want to try the remake. Because the remake plays more like a modern RPG. Like, Trials of Mana Remake, it feels like an East game. Yeah, he's been reviewing the Mana games, and he's been suffering through most of them. Feel bad for the guy. Air slash! For Secret of Mana, you really have to play that one with friends. Otherwise, it is pretty mid. Boom. I remember the Screw Attack and Completionist saying it's the best action RPG ever. And likely when they did, they probably played it with a friend or two. Because when you do all 3 players for Secret of Mana, then it's a really fun time. If not, then yeah, the game's pretty whatever. Also, I'm just gonna tell you right now, don't expect too much from Mana's story, because the Mana games are very light on storytelling. Yeah, it's more about this. It's more about the adventure than like the actual characters themselves or the themes and whatnot. Oh man. I never played Visions of Mana, but that is not a good sign. Never really got around to it, just cause like, there was too much other shit releasing around that time, and I don't know, Visions of Mana didn't really interest me. All hail the Crow God! All hail Haunch Crow! Vision of Mana came out when I was poor as hell. Real. Also, another thing with that game, I'm pretty, correct me if I'm wrong, but Visions of Mana came out in the summer, right? Because during the summer, I was pretty much spending all my money on Evo, so I couldn't really drop any money on new games. Yeah, that's right. I was on full saving mode for Evo 2024, so I couldn't really buy any new games at that point. Oh my god. That Honchkro's dead. I was at Otakon. So you're at Otakon, I was at Evo. Also, there's just so much. There was just too much releasing in 2024 to really want to spend money on Visions. Someone in my Steam family does have it, so if I ever want to play Visions at some point, I can. But, I don't know. We'll see. Oh wow! Okay, there's a chapter boss. Okay, game, how convenient of you to make a battlefield for me. Alright, we got Sucker Punch, Dark Shock, Burn White, and Brave a Bird. Bro, even I don't know anymore. Like, what is this fucking game even about? I'm so confused right now. This is easily the weirdest side story yet. Bam! You know, it's easy to forget that I'm still playing a Touhou game right now. Hey, don't kill her! Them hoes do be towing. It's like, bro, there are no hoes here. You're in the Touhou universe. You're gonna die. Miss! Yeah, I do remember seeing the news about that. So it's probably safe to say that we're not going to see that studio making another Mana game. Or even another game in general. Although it's really sad that this says a lot about the state of gaming, where it doesn't matter if you make a successful game or not. You make a successful game, your studio gets shut down. Make a flop game, your studio gets shut down. I mean, I don't blame them because Mana's popularity easily peaked with Secret. After that, the other games don't really get nearly as much hype. Although I think the reason why Secret of Mana's was that popular because back in the SNES days, there weren't like that many. Okay, back in the SNES days, some of the other big SNES RPGs weren't really translated. So like Tales of Phantasia, Star Ocean, SMT, Fire Emblem, none of that stuff was there. You mostly had Squaresoft games. Anyway, that was Kodama's story. This is easily the weirdest story in the game. But I think it's naturally gonna be weird when your main protag is a frickin' Kodama. Dealfield Chronicles, Star Ocean 6, Harvestella, and Valkyrie Elysium all came out for a 2-month period. Cannibalize your own sales square. Dude, I forgot Dealfield Chronicle even dropped. What do people think of that game? Because I swear, it just came out at some point and nobody ever talked about it again. Same with Valkyrie Elysium. Although I know a friend of mine who really loved Valkyrie Chronicles. Not Valkyrie Chronicles. Valkyrie Profile. A friend who really loves Valkyrie Profile did not like that game. Like, it was just not Valkyrie Profile to him. And after seeing what it's like and having played the demo before, I can see why. Those who did play were like, it's alright, pretty neat in places, but kind of lacking. Dude, even after all this, BB's still getting cucked. Holy shit, man. L is real. Well, that was that. Yeah, that story was in one ear, out the other. Alright, you know what? I think I'm actually just gonna wrap it up here. I did say this was gonna be a pretty short stream, and that it's gonna be. Next time I play this, I'm gonna be playing Ran Yakumo's story. But before I call it, let me see if Astra's live. I would assume they are by now. Nope. No, they aren't. And in that case, thank you all for joining. Glad we could have this talk, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.